Hi, how are you today? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Tina, and thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I am so excited to share this planner with you today. I have changed up my social media planner for the year, and I have decided to use this one right here. It's Modern Wild. It's a happy planner, and this is actually an 18-month planner, and it starts in July, but I have redated it and set it up to start using it early. So I want to go ahead, give you all of the details of how I redated it and the different categories that I've put in here and just really how I've set the whole thing up. All right, so if you like to see that, keep watching. All right, so to start off with, this planner is already set up. It took me a little while to get it exactly the way that I wanted it, but I have it all set up and ready to share it with you. And if you want to see how the planner looks, then I do have a detailed flip through of it, and I will link that down below so that way you can head over to that video and see, the detailed flip through of the planner itself. So what I did with this one, because it starts in July, I redated it. So first, I want to share with you how I redated it. So that way, if you choose to redate a planner of your own, then you have a little bit of an idea of how to do it and just an easier way to figure it out. All right, so I'm going to open it up. And the first page here is the hello page. And honestly, I never put my name in here, and I did. I put it in there. I added a couple of stickers around here. I'm so excited about this planner setup. It's just funny. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I rarely do this. So I just wanted to share that with you, just so you know how excited I am about using this planner. All right, so let's open it up here to the year at a glance for 2022 and 2023. And I'm going to use these pages to show you how I went ahead and figured out how to redate the 18-month planner. All right, so these planners for the Happy Planner Spring release, they were released early March. I think it was like the first week of March. And that's like a pretty long time to wait till July to start using a planner that you're really excited about. So I thought, you know what, let me look at redating this, because I don't know about you, but when I get really excited about something, I just want to use it like right then and there. Like, you're excited about it. Who wants to wait like 3 months, right? So what I did was I went ahead and I opened up these pages here because I wanted to look through and see what matches up. So here we are. The planner starts in July, and I know myself that I will use a planner if I really, really love it. I will use it for like 12 months. Generally 6 months for sure, but 12 months if it's really, really working for me. So I took that into account. So I knew that I did not want to touch the first like 12 months because I knew that I would be using the planner for that first like year. So what I did was I started looking at the dates after that year, because I know myself, I'm going to end up switching up the planner. So I went ahead and lined up like the dates. So I looked at April 1st here, and I came over into the end of 2023 to find the date that matched up. And I discovered it was September. So September dates matched up perfectly with April. And then I came over here to May, and October of 2023 matched up perfectly with May. And then I looked over here at June, and then I came over here to November, and I just kind of followed, and it followed through perfectly. So I decided that that's what I would do. I would redate September, October, and November of 2023, and I would make those now April, May, and June of 2022. All right, so I want to show you how I redated it, and then I will go in and go through like a flip through with you. So here's your years at a glance pages, and then here's like the what I like to call functional year at a glance pages. So of course there's 18 months here. So there's July through December, and then January through June, and then July through December. And then the next page, when I flip that, that would be going into the first month of this planner, which would be July. So I'm going to flip it open. All right. Obviously I've made some changes. You can see that. And up here, it did say July, and then it did, of course, open up. I'm going to pull out this because I pulled out a lot of the planner pages. And house them in this planner here. And I will go through that a little bit more detail. I'm sorry, I got to kind of jump around a little bit here. But so if I were to open up the planner before I had made any changes, this is how it would open up. I'd have like July up here, and then of course July tab would be here, and then you would go into July and then into the weeks. Okay. All right. So what I did was I left this page here because I wasn't sure how I was going to be using this section just yet, but I didn't want to break it up. So I thought I would leave it there, and I decided to do that. So what I did with this page here, you could see I set up a few different things differently, which I'm going to go back to that. So I'm going to jump ahead here to how I set up the calendar. Then that way you could just see how I like redated the pages. So April, this was September. So all I did was put a sticker here. This one happened to be, I think, just a white sticker, like sticker paper that I put here, and then I got an April date that I put in here. And then I did the same thing for this side, so that way it would reflect when I opened it up the same way like your normal planner pages are, where you have the date here on the tab, and then you have, or not the date, where you have the month here on the tab, and then you have the month here on the back side. And then I did the same thing for so this was September, it was October, and it was November. Now it is April, May, and June. All right. And then I went ahead and put in the date here to reflect. And then I also whited out the 23 to reflect the correct year here. And then for the planner pages, here, let me just, I went ahead and like either I whited out or used stickers. I think I used the clear stickers, and I went ahead and put that on each page. It was easier just to do it like right away. And then I went ahead and either used a sticker or I wrote in the new month. And then now here I forgot to change out the year, but I know that I changed it out, I believe, in like the following months. Yeah. So going into May, I've already like changed that out. And then in June, I changed it out. So I haven't done really anything with June just yet other than redate things. So I covered up the date and then I changed the year, but that was really all I had to do. And then of course I had to go through and white out all of the holidays that were already pre-printed in those months. So it was definitely a little bit of a project. I just sat down really and I tried it out first. I tried out April. I set that one up and I used it. And then I just recently set up May and June because I love it. I just love it. All right, so let's go ahead now. We're going to go back and we're going to do like, I'm going to go through like a complete flip through of it with you, so that way you can see exactly how I have it set up to be really, really functional for me. So I do not have the full calendar planner in here because I have other subjects that I have put in here to fill it up. All right, so all of the other calendar pages, I took them out and I put them into this one right here. Now this one happens to be a notes cover that I had from the Wild Styled line, and I just kept all of my animal print stuff together, and I have the rest of the planner in here. So that way I can take things out every 3 months and just switch them out. So I like to do that, so then that way I don't have to put these on like really big discs, and I just have it set up perfectly. All right, so let's go ahead and do a detailed flip through here. I could show you everything that I have set up. I just wanted to show you how I redated it. So if you were interested in redating an 18-month planner for yourself, you kind of have an idea and you already know what months match up, so you don't have to like do all of that. So I already kind of did that work for you. All right, so I did keep the discs on here. They came with metal discs, and I love metal discs. So I, of course, kept that. And then you saw that I did the welcome page. So I was happy about that. Or the this planner belongs to page. I don't know why I'm saying welcome page, but yeah, I love the way it looks. It's so pretty. All right, and then of course I showed you these pages. I have not really put anything on here just yet, and I haven't done anything with these pages yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to, since I did do a redate on them. If I do start doing anything with these pages, I probably will wait till July, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, so now I'm going to open it up here, and I'm going to show you how I have this all set up. So I decided to create a page because I do want to make sure that I am putting my analytics somewhere, and how, just because I want to see how my channel grows, my Instagram and my YouTube. So I created this page so that way I can log it somewhere. You can see I have to still go in and fill this out, but I thought what I would do here is start at the beginning of the year. So these numbers right here would be how many followers I had on Instagram at the end of 2021, so the beginning of 2022, obviously, and then YouTube. So I wanted to put that there, and then over here, I figure I will put what I close out with for the year. So that way I can see my growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And then here, I'm going to be doing the same thing, but on a monthly basis. So here I want to start off with January for my Instagram, and then my YouTube, and then for February, I'm not sure. I think I'm going to put here the number that, I'm not sure if I'm going to put the number that I start off with or the number that I end with. I haven't decided that yet. So, but I did set this up, and I have so many like animal print sticker books, like from Wild Style, and then from the new line, the Modern Wild. So I had a lot of fun just adding that in there and making it really pretty, because I, of course, love animal print. So, all right, so this first tab here, I put some of these clear tabs. I really like the clear tabs, and I did get these at Cloth and Paper. And this particular tab, I flipped it. So here, let me just take it off, because these are technically sold as top tab dividers. So they would go into your planner like that, and then you'd have your top tab. I personally like to have tabs at the bottom. I know it sounds silly, but that's what I like. So when you flip these over, the back side is actually a matte, whereas the front side has got the gloss and the shine. So I really like the way that that looks, because I don't like the glare. I know you're getting the glare because of the lights, because I'm filming, but I also don't like the glare when I open up the planner tabs and I see all that glare. So this is nice for me aesthetically, and for me, honestly, I like the bottom tabs, and I'm going to share with you why I like bottom tabs. Because when I have the planner sitting on my desk, first off, I'm short. So I don't really sit up super high. I'm like at this level here. So my view is really kind of like this here. And the top tabs, I don't see them without like picking up the planner and looking at it this way. So for me, honestly, it's more convenient for me to see the tab at the bottom because I see it with clarity, and all I have to do is just flip to it. And I know it sounds so silly, but like these little like things that you discover while you're like going through your planner journey, it's just so funny how like all of this stuff kind of comes together, and then you can actually create something that's going to work for you specifically. I mean, I realize that that's just very like, I don't know, kind of extra, but I can be a little extra and it's okay because you know what? It's my planner and I want it set up the way that I like it. All right, so I showed you the tabs here, and this first one is Brain Dump. And then I do like to layer some of this beautiful vellum. Now, I believe this one is from Jane's Agenda. And then I do have another piece of vellum in here. This one is just like a clear sheet that I cut myself, and then I do have this other vellum here, and I did get this one from Glittery Life Plans. I believe that that's the shop. I love her vellum. She's got like really nice like thicker vellum, so if you like to have something a little bit thicker, then yeah, she's a great place to get that from. So I like to have that layered look, and then I will just kind of like put a little paper clip here to keep it together. So then that way, when I do go to the tab, I can flip it with ease and it opens up right into whatever I need to. So this is my Brain Dump section. And then I did use a top tab here because I figured it's the only one. All I have to do is just grab it at the top. And this is going to take me to my monthly calendars here. And then, of course, I showed you how I redated the months, but I also did some setup here for my social media, and I decided to use some little dot stickers in here and my highlighters and just really keep it nice and simple and clean, but colorful and super functional for me. Because with my social media planner, it's all about pen to paper for me. I do like to add some color in there, but not a whole lot. All right, so now we're into the weeks here. So what I've done is I decided to use some of colorful boxes, and I just kind of did my own headings, what was going to work best for me. And then I did create this little checklist for myself, and that's for my YouTube checklist, all of the things that I need to do before I like post a video. And I had another checklist that I had done, and this I created myself. I just printed it out onto sticker paper and cut it out. I like don't sell them. I don't have a sticker shop. I don't do any of that. The things that I print up are really just for my own use, and you know, they're like custom specifically for me. So I decided to create a much smaller little checklist because I had one before and it was much larger and it was just too much for me. So this works really, really well. So instead of me having to write out a checklist every single week, I decided to print it out on the sticker paper, and then that way it makes it a lot easier. I could just put the stickers down each week and I am like good to go. So now for my social media, I've kind of really been refocusing on it. For the past, I want to say not quite 2 years, but it's been almost 2 years. My social media planner has not really been useful for me. And I don't think it's because it's the planner's fault. It's just what was going on in my life was I had a tragedy happen in July of 2020, and that just really kind of like derailed me, and I feel like I've been in a fog, and now I feel like I'm coming out of that fog and I'm feeling much more focused. So my word for the year is actually refocus, and this is part of me refocusing myself. So I have kind of come up with a posting schedule specifically for Instagram, and that's what I was using like my month at a glance here for, as well as like my YouTube posting as well. So I want to definitely be consistent with my content as much as I can. I realize that things will come up and I may not be able to follow through with certain things, but my intent is to be ahead of the game. Like, instead of like trying to play catch up throughout the week, which is sometimes how I have felt, I want to be proactive and plan ahead and just have kind of like a posting schedule for myself. And I'm loving the way that I've set it up. It's definitely something that is working so far for me. And I did, like I said, use this for April, and my posting schedule got a little thrown off, but I was still able to maintain how I wanted like my feed on Instagram to look. So it's working. So far it's working for me. I'm really excited about it. I've like created this whole plan, and then of course life happens and my plan kind of got a little bit jumbled up, but I was still able to stay kind of like on course with it and pick up and like just kind of move forward with it. So I was really, really happy that that worked out the way that it did. So here's my month of April, and I did add, like you can see, it's very consistent. I just put in my headings in here. I wrote all of that in. I added just a little bit of color, some highlighters. And then now this week I decided, you know what, I'm going to add a little bit more stickers in here. And I like the way that it looks. It's working really well for me. I need this particular planner to be super functional for me, you know, just having a little bit of fun with stickers, but really just keeping it super functional. Okay, and then now going into May, I went ahead and set this up a little bit for myself for May. I covered up May here, or not May, it said, it was, you know, because I redated these pages. So I covered that up. And then I'm already set up here for May. I already have like all of this. I'm feeling so much more focused. And then I even set up the weeks for May. And I really like the way that it turned out. I have some stickers in here that do compliments, even though I have this detailing down the center. This is totally my aesthetic. Like, I love the animal prints. I love the colors. So I have a lot of sticker books that will go ahead and coordinate in here. And even though they're like not exact and they're not all animal print, I love my florals. So I'm able to like add in the things that I really like, and plus keeping it like super functional for myself. So I really am happy with how it's working out for me. And like I said, taking the time to set this up, getting ready for the whole month ahead of me is making such a huge difference, especially when it comes to social media planning, because there's a lot involved. You want to make sure that you are filming things that you want to share, keeping on schedule, being consistent. So if I can, you know, do all of that, then I'll be able to actually add more content onto here, my YouTube channel, and then also in my Instagram. So those are the two platforms that I am on a regular basis. I also have a Facebook page, and I'm not as consistent on there, and I apologize for any of you that comment on there. I know that there are people that are so consistent on there and they comment on there, and I feel so bad because I don't like come back and comment on there on a daily basis. I'm so sorry if you comment on there. I appreciate you and I love your support. I really, really do. Even like my personal account, I don't even post on there anymore. It's not really a place that brings me a lot of joy so much anymore. I like Facebook because I like to be part of certain groups, and I'll go to my groups, and then of course I'll go and I'll check my page, but I am just not as consistent on Facebook as I would like to be, because I do realize that a lot of people are still using Facebook, and I'm just not one of those people that like utilizes Facebook a lot. So I am trying to be more conscious of that, but all of my efforts really do go into here at YouTube and then on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm there at It's a Wonderful Plan. I'd love to see you there. So give me a follow over there. But here we are, let's see, in June, and then my June is already like kind of ready to go, but not really. So I haven't obviously set June up, but May is all set up and ready to go. And I'm so excited about it. I'm just really, really excited about it. And I haven't felt this way about this particular planner. I'm telling you, it'll be almost 2 years. So I'm really excited that I'm excited to like really dive into this. All right, so the next tab here, let's finish the flip through, that I have is for Instagram. So here again is that really nice divider that I got from Cloth and Paper. And then I do have some things layered here. Let's see, what can I share with you? So I have this, and I have this beautiful dashboard, and this one, again, this is from A Glittery Life Plans. And then this was something that I came up with because I wanted to have a nice grid plan for my Instagram feed. So that is like my little mock-up that I kind of came up with, and that's kind of like the basis of what I'm like putting together. Okay, and then here I have a page for Reels. So what happens with Reels is that there's like a lot of times when you're creating things, there's a lot of, you're doing the same thing as far as like when you're getting the content prepared to post. So for Reels, of course, you want to come up with ideas. So that's of course where my brainstorming category comes in. So I can write all of my ideas down there and refer to them. And then this page that I created is about whether I created it. So what I thought I would do is write the reel on a sticky note and then put it here whether I created it. So whether I already filmed it or not. And then if it's done editing, I can take that sticky and move it down to, okay, now I'm done with editing it. Then once I choose music for it, then I could take that sticky and put it down here that I chose music already for it. And then I do need to create a cover for it. And then is it ready to post? So that's really kind of like why I created this page here, to help me, you know, so that way I can keep track of the things that I go ahead and film, because I do want to try to be filming more than like one thing at a time. I'd like to get into doing more batch filming, and then therefore, you know, you kind of need to keep track of like where the items are that you're working on, the certain reels or YouTube videos, that type of thing. And then let's see, what else do I have in here? These are just like notes and stuff like that. So this is all of my, like, this is my Instagram section. And then I have a YouTube section here, and right here I have again that clear tab. And then this is really pretty. Never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. And I'm trying to think where I got this from. I think, you know what? I'm not even going to try to guess because I'm not sure where I got it from. But this I know I got from A Glittery Life Plans. And this page is for my 2022 YouTube videos that I have posted. So I just basically created like this really skinny little grid, because all I'm doing is writing down the date and then what the video title was, so that way I could keep track of the videos that I have posted. I did have like another system going on over here. This was not working for me, so I don't use that anymore. So I do have a couple of things in here as well, some notes. All right, so now let's move on. So the next tab that I have here is tech stuff. So this one right here is going to be, and is for things that maybe like I need to use for creating my content. So it can range anywhere from like lighting that I might be interested in getting, or maybe a camera, or editing software or programs, or any apps that I use, that type of thing. So, or anything that I might be interested in looking into, ways that I can improve the way that I create my content and present my content to all of you, of course. All right, so the next category I have here is affiliate marketing. So I do have affiliate with a couple of different shops, and I do have those listed down below in my description. So I want to make sure that I keep track of that, along with any like PR that I might be doing for any small shops. So this is the tab that I have created for myself, so that way I can put all of that information in here. All right, and then I go on here to finances. Oh, and by the way, these side tabs are, the side tabs, these are also from Cloth and Paper, and these are designed the same way, where the one side is shiny and the other side is matte. And like I said earlier, I like the matte side, so I flip them around and I use the matte side for myself because that's what I prefer. So this next section, as I was saying, is finances, and this is where I am going to keep track of anything that I pay for that is specific to It's a Wonderful Plan. So there are certain apps that I use, and I pay into those to use them. I use like Canva, I use different apps like InShots. There's just different things that I do use to create all of the different things that I need to post my content. So I use Canva for a lot of things. I use that to create my thumbnails. I use that to create like my cover pages, stories. It is an amazing tool that I absolutely, I don't know what I would do without it, to be quite honest. And then I do like to use InShots, and that works wonderfully for when I am creating reels. I love that for creating reels on there. So there's all different kinds of things that I do use. Some of them I don't pay for, some of them I do. So this is a place for me to go ahead and keep all of that together, because at the end of the year, if you're like making money from creating content, you have to claim that income, right? So therefore, you have to treat your social media as a business, and you have to go ahead and keep track of the things that you are spending for your business. So that is why I have this tab here, and that way I can go ahead and keep track of everything that I need to. All right, this next one is product ideas, and this one is this is definitely private, just some things that I have kind of been, I don't know, jotting down, thinking about, maybe dreaming about, that type of thing. And then the same thing with the goals section. So these are all just that, ideas and goals that I have for myself, for the future, what I want to do with It's a Wonderful Plan, where I might see myself, that type of thing. So that is everything in my social media planner. And then, as I said, I did go ahead and only put in 3 months. I'm actually going to open this up because I hate that there's like all that glare in here. You get like kind of get the glare here, but so let's just do this. As I was saying, I just like to keep 3 months in here at a time, because you can see I do have different tabs in here, different things, and I don't want the planner to be like super, super thick. For me, that just becomes really, really hard to work with. So I took out just the 3 months and the cover, and of course the discs, and I assembled this planner for my social media needs. And then the rest of the planner, like I said, came in here. So that's what I like to do. I like to save all of my covers either from my happy notes or from my previous planners to house different things. So I have the whole rest of the planner in here, and at the back I have some things that I was using previous to this current setup. And you know, planning is a journey. Like, things will change as your life changes, then your planners are going to change. And that's the one thing that I've learned throughout my planner journey, is that you can see something and admire it and then maybe purchase it and try it. And that's really the only way, unfortunately, I guess, that you discover what's going to work best for you, because what's going to work for one person is not going to work for another person. And obviously this is completely customized for my use, but this does give you some idea. And I like to share the things that I do create that are super customized like this with you, so that way you have some ideas for yourself if you know you need to set up a separate social media planner for your own needs. And yeah, it's just one of those things that it's a trial and error. You just really have to like find what's going to work great for you. And I previously had a social media planner that worked wonderfully for me. It was very similar. It was a dashboard layout. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So I think I tried to kind of recreate that with a different dashboard layout, and it didn't work out. Like I just wasn't feeling it. You know, it was kind of like felt almost forced. This one, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. So that's the reason why I went ahead and redated it, decided to start it early. And I'm so happy that I've done that, because I just feel like this is going to be, it's just like, yeah, it's like love. It's love. It's planner love. It's, dare I say, planner peace. Anyway, for right now, it is planner peace. So I hope that you enjoyed this flip through, my discussion with you on how I set this up and how it's working for me. And if you have any questions about anything, please drop a comment down below. I would be more than happy to answer anything to the best of my ability. I will list the shops that I used to create this planner down below as well, along with any of like affiliates or discounts that I have to offer you. And those are always down below in my description area. And just as a reminder, please be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you, and your subscription does help me out. And also be sure to check me out on Instagram, because I am there daily at It's a Wonderful Plan, and you'll see things there you don't always see here on my YouTube. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.